recoiled at her flirtatious tone. He was gorgeous and smart and charming, but knowing he was married didn't calm my instant and irrational jealousy, even if Michaels flirted with everything with testicles and a PhD. After the doctor disappeared down the hall, I pushed up to sit higher on the bed. "What is today?" "TGIF," Michaels said with a sigh, checking my monitor. "See if you can expedite my discharge, would you? I'm too late for today's shift, but I can't miss tomorrow. I'm supposed to cover for Deb." Deb Hamata and I had gone to nursing school together and had the same hire date. We had been through a lot together in St. Anne's ER. She was the only colleague I referred to by first name, and the only nurse I wouldn't annihilate for calling me Avery. Michaels leaned in to gently push back a stray hair from my face. I recoiled. "You don't have to worry about a thing. I've got you covered, sister." I crossed my arms and huffed as she walked away. Michaels was usually a lazy, unprofessional brat. She was just a few years younger than me, but her parents still paid her bills, leaving her without motivation for a solid work ethic. If a Bruno Mars concert were within driving range, she would call in sick. I had been burned enough times to know not to like anyone. At the moment, Michaels was compassionate and patient with my foul mood, making it very hard but not entirely impossible for me to dislike her. I ran my fingers over my teeth. Thank God, all present. Felt my face. Whoa, better than I imagined. I wiggled my toes. Yes, I'm walking out of here. Not long after I took stock of my injuries, Michaels gave me the green light along with the few pieces of personal property that had been gathered from the wreckage. I hobbled from the sterile C. diff and bleach smell of the hospital to the sweaty mildew odor of a cab. The driver looked unsure as I retied the second gown around me that I'd used as a robe. "You sure you can go home just yet?" he asked. "That bad, huh?" I tried to ignore his curious eyes in the rearview mirror as I struggled to secure my seatbelt. "You okay?" he asked. "Fine." "You sick? You're not gonna puke in my cab, are ya?" "Car accident. I feel fine, thank you." "Your family couldn't pick you up?" "No family," I said. Until that moment, it hadn't occurred to me to call anyone. I'd been alone for so long. Family was a foreign concept to me. There was an aunt and a few cousins in Florida, but I didn't know them, certainly not enough to let them know I'd been in a minor accident. I kept busy enough with work that I barely noticed I was alone, but family was good for situations like this. Family kept you from having to ride home in a cab, wearing 2 hospital gowns and oatmeal-colored non-skid socks. "Where's your clothes, kid?" he asked. "In my closet." "Don't you have someone to bring you some? Anyone?" I shook my head, giving him the address of my building. The driver finally pulled away, and after he learned the answer to the expected, "What do you do?" he talked over jazz radio about his bunions, a lifelong aversion to raw vegetables, and his 2-pack-a-day Pall Mall habit. For some reason, when people learned I was a nurse, they felt the urge to confess their health sins. I guessed it was so I would either absolve them or diagnose them, but I had yet to do either. "Is this the one, sweetheart?" the driver asked, pointing with his fat, tar-stained finger. "I think one of my ex-girlfriends lived here once." "I thought everyone your age married the first person they dated." He made a face. "Nah, I would have, but she wouldn't wait for me." He pointed to his embroidered hat that read Veteran. "Navy." "Thank you for your service." He nodded in acknowledgement. His yellowed nails were lined with grime, and he had at least a day's worth of silver scruff on his weathered face. He'd served our country and, by the looks of his hands, had worked harder jobs than driving a cab, compelling me to give him an extra nice tip. I had no purse or pockets and definitely